What is going on, everyone? It has been a Lone Vault Wanderer here with a Fallout 4 news video. We haven't done one of these in God knows how long because really there hasn't been much news up until now. So if you go into the description below, you're going to be finding a link to a GameSpot article that's entitled Fallout 4 VR coming to E3 2017 will, quote, blow your mind. The article starts by saying that Bethesda has confirmed that Fallout 4's virtual reality version will be playable on the show floor at E3 this year, which for the first time ever is open to the public. Speaking to Hip Hop Gamer, Bethesda's Pete Hines confirmed this and also provided a status update on the game, which was officially announced at E3 2016 alongside a VR version of Doom. Although Hines himself doesn't play VR games often due to motion sickness, he has heard encouraging things from game director Todd Howard. So apparently Pete Hines said Todd Howard told him the following thing, and I'm just going to impersonate Todd Howard because I can really imagine exactly how Todd Howard would say this on stage. He'd get up and be like, Fallout 4 is the most incredible thing you've ever seen in your life. You can't even... Sorry, can't continue. You can't even imagine what it's like playing in VR and how realistic it looks and everywhere where you turn your head. It is going to blow your mind. It is the craziest thing you've ever seen. Fuck man, I wish I could impersonate Todd Howard a little bit better because, again, I picture him saying that on E3 stage, and they're probably going to be doing the exact same thing at Bethesda's E3 press conference this year. And the article also states that Fallout 4 for VR will be released in 2017 for PC on HTC Vive, though a specific date has yet to be announced. So for a while, this Fallout 4 VR project, and the Doom one, mind you, went on the back burner. We didn't really hear much about it, and some of us were actually concerned whether this Fallout 4 VR game would ever come to fruition because there were problems they initially had to iron out. Pete Hines confirmed that on numerous occasions, and even from what I've heard, including from Maddie who's played the game, just the way you're operating in the Fallout 4 VR world, that initial demo, the only way you could move around was by clicking and kind of instantaneously moving throughout the world. You weren't actually walking per se. As far as I understand it, that's how it went. But regardless, the point being, we didn't really hear much about it, and now it seems like this thing is actually coming this year, and Todd Howard and Pete Hines are speaking it up pretty highly. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes down, and also as well whether a game like this is really going to push VR, because right now VR hype has died down tremendously. Of course, everyone is still somewhat excited about VR. If you actually try VR for yourself, you do realize how amazing it can be. The one VR experience that I've had is on the PlayStation VR, which, yes, the resolution wasn't that great, and yes, the graphics weren't that great, but still I could see the potential there. It was still a really cool immersive experience, and I couldn't imagine a better game to be able to play VR in, or play VR with, than Fallout 4. It's an open world game. You can walk anywhere. You can probably just get completely immersed in the world and in the wasteland, and I could see it being a title that could really kickstart VR, especially for the HTC Vive, which seemingly it is going to be coming on first. Possibly it's going to be coming on PlayStation VR, possibly Oculus Rift, but we don't know if that's going to happen. At the very least, it is HTC Vive. But of course, the main question that I wanted to ask all of you is, are you looking forward to Fallout 4 VR on the HTC Vive? I'm going to assume that most of you don't actually own a HTC Vive. I personally don't, because they're still very expensive in Australia, let alone the PC that you need to buy to actually manage to run it. The HTC Vive headset alone in Australia will cost you over $1,000, and that's a huge expenditure for a platform that still doesn't really have, in my opinion, enough titles to be able to support that kind of player base. I don't see myself really needing to spend over $1,000 on a VR headset that really doesn't have that huge array of AAA games that I want to play, and that I think the vast majority of people want to play. It's very nice to have tech demos, it's very nice to have technology experiences, if you will, but I've really yet to see a fully fledged AAA VR game that's going to hook a big audience. And whether that was Batman VR, but Batman VR was just a small portion. It wasn't really a full game, a full experience, and it seems like Fallout 4 VR is going to be one of, of, if not the first big full AAA game experience for VR, and I'm sure that many more will follow. Of course, we know that Doom is going to be coming as well soon. I'm assuming that it's going to be coming out at the same time, if not soon after Fallout 4 VR comes out too. But will this be the incentive for you personally to pick up a VR headset and to play Fallout 4 VR? Will this be the incentive for other developers and other publishers to start to really consider VR in terms of the games that they develop for, and the platforms more specifically that they develop for? Because it's not like you can turn on a Switch and say, all right, there's this game in VR. I mean, Bethesda Game Studios has been working on the Fallout 4 VR version for a very long time now. Even though the main game was finished, I mean, they already had Fallout 4 released on Xbox One, PS4, and PC, and have been working several years now on the VR version on a game that was already completed. So imagine trying to build a game from the ground up with VR in mind. It would require a huge amount of resources, and I can't see, still at this stage, that many publishers and developers willing to take that risk with the investment. But again, if Fallout 4 VR can be successful, then who knows what could happen in the near future. So anyways, Wastelanders, let me know what your thoughts are on this. I look forward to talking with you in the comments below. Just as an update on my last video where I asked you on feedback, I am in the process of collating all the feedback you have provided to me, and right now I will give you a little bit of an insight into what I'm doing on the side. I've just written the script for a very secret project that involves me making a video, a standalone video that's going to be kind of a test run, and we'll see what happens with that. It could very well mean big things for me, and I really do hope that soon I can share information for you, because it seems promising. Anyways, let me know what you think again. Until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself, and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.